Hello, everybody. This is JD. What I'm going to talk to you about today. Well, there's something very negative going around, and it's scary, real scary. It's not to put anybody down, but it's to let you know what we're headed for. We have a lot of supporters out there for Trump, and probably he might end up being the Republican candidate. Now, sure, I don't believe in political parties, and I'm independent, and etc., etc., etc. But the truth of the matter is, what is Trump? What is he really? In my opinion, he's just an innocent con man. He's the guy who at the used car lot that will sell that car that nobody can get rid of, that isn't worth anything, and he'll get the most for it. He's the guy who'll go into a house that's totally unlivable, barely throw up some walls, barely meet standards, and sell it again at a maximum profit. And the people who buy the house will be having all kinds of problems. He's the type of man, in my opinion, that will tell you anything you want to hear so that you will do what he wants you to do. I'm not saying just to get elected as president. I'm saying anything he wants people to do. He tells them what they want to hear. And they go and they do it. And sometimes they end up royally messed over. Trump University was a good example of that. I'm sure some people came out of that with some idea on how to do things they didn't know and succeeded somewhat. Hoping that is the case. Otherwise, he's a complete TV scam artist. And I'm sure that he maneuvers himself through things so that when someone like, Hillary Clinton, someone else who does a lot of lying picks up on the things he says, it's about there for us, to look at, that we see what we are actually dealing with. In my opinion, Trump will be the worst choice the Republican Party could come up with, because the skeletons he has buried are so many and so vast that it will destroy him. But that's neither here nor there. But when this Republican House or Senate leader, Mitch Connelly, I think it was, says that really doesn't matter what Trump says or does, because we in Congress will stop everything that Donald Trump will attempt to try to do. That scares me. They may say, well, that's nothing unusual. That's what they're doing today. Yes, that's what's happening in our federal government today. Congress is fighting the president. The president is fighting Congress. And no progress is being made on anything. Everybody loses. We put up with 8 years of this battle between the president and our Congress. And it hasn't done our nation any good. And we can't put up with another 4 years of the Republicans or the Democrats fighting against Trump. What's that going to do? He may unify our Congress. Both the Democrats and Republicans unite together against him. But the truth is, what progress will be made in our nation? We as a people need to understand these things. We as a people need to realize. I mean, when I run, I say there's going to be a lot of things we're going to do together, and I need your support because I know Congress is going to fight us, but we can get it through. It's not going to be as extreme as Trump says it, but it's going to be very much in accordance with the Constitution. I mean, I read things that people say, and not very many of you out there are really happy with Trump. And those of you that are now ignoring the Constitution just because you want Trump. I don't know what to tell you. Our Constitution has to be the cornerstone of us, the American people. We must stand by our Constitution. We must protect the rights of every American citizen. We must not persecute a religion because of their religious beliefs. Whether we agree with them or not, whether they target us or not, we need to be stronger. You Christians, which I am one of, we know Jesus is the Son of God. And anytime Jesus could have just waved his hand and asked his Father, the Creator, to wipe out all the guilt, forgive all, destroy all those who will destroy me, and they would be gone. But no, he had to stand up for what was right and do it the right way. Same goes with our Constitution. We must stand up for our Constitution together. We can't persecute a religious group just because their religious leaders teach radicalism, hatred of Americans, etc., etc. A religion of hatred must be based on hate. And who's better to hate than the Americans? We have the most industrialized nation. We have the most prosperous people. Well, used to have the most prosperous people. We tend to continue to do the job when a job needs to be done and succeed at it. We are a group together of a diversity that is beyond anything else in the world, commonly referred to as the melting pot of the world. We, the American people, must realize our Constitution has to prevail. The supreme law of the land is our Constitution, and it must be. No ideas of Trump's, no ideas of Hillary Clinton, none of them. Remember, when they take away from the Constitution, what they are really taking away are your freedoms. Whether it's gun control, whether it's religion, whether it's your birthright, when they take away from the Constitution, they are taking away your freedoms. Yep. So, people, what is this video about? It's about you and me and the presidential campaign of 2016. Am I going to tell you, vote for JD? No, I don't want you. I want you to look up and see what JD is all about. I want you to check me out. I want you to know what I'm saying. I want you to understand the 3 promises that I made. Since I keep promises, I want you to know the very core, the truth of JD. No facade, no phony baloney, no story, no millions of dollars, just a plain, ordinary American citizen who's there to help all of us put our nation together and our Constitution as the supreme law of the land, as it is written. Whether we like it or not, that's our cornerstone. That's our backbone. We cannot remove the Constitution from this country, any part of it. It must remain intact. So whoever you elect, you got to take that in consideration. Hillary Clinton has her way, guns will go by the wayside. Trump has his way, religious freedom will go by the wayside. And who knows what else. Now, if you elect me, oh my gosh, I'm going to get you guys and girls, women and men very, very upset, because I'm going to go after those who have been taken away and trying to take away your freedoms. For example, the law that says that a child of illegal alien that's born here in the United States must return to the parents' homeland until he's 18 years of age. What gives our Congress the right to remove the rights, privileges, and promises that our Constitution gives to each and every citizen that's born within the boundaries of the United States of America? They don't have that right. Therefore, the Act of Baby law has to be thrown out. It's totally unconstitutional. What gives the Supreme Court the right to say no prayer in school, when the very First Amendment, first part of the First Amendment, gosh, it's right here in this book. I want to read it to you again. The First Amendment, the very first part. I want to read the way it is written, because the way it is written, it tells you that the Supreme Court does not have the authority. Amendment 1. Congress shall make no laws respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise therefor. So how can they say no prayer in school? That's interfere with the free exercise. Persons wish within a community to pray, they have that right, because the Constitution gives it to them. And those who wish not to pray, they have that right. They have that respect, but they cannot inhibit those who wish to pray. Now, the 10th Amendment says anything not granted to the federal is reserved for the state. So how did the federal government even get to make a ruling on it? I don't know. They try to limit gun, the Second Amendment, restrict it. Because it's kind of vague the way it's written. It says the state militia shall bear arms. State militia does not mean the private citizen, except for it did mean the private citizen when the Constitution was written. Today we call it the National Guard, but each and every one of us is, according to the Constitution, a member of the state militia. Therefore, each and every one of us must bear arms, must have weapons, actually, in accordance with our Constitution. And that's to protect the country from those who wish to invade it. Now, yes, we have people that go around shooting and killing people. Mainly because most of them don't know what a gun is. It's not a weapon of toy or something to scare someone. It is a deadly weapon. It is designed for one purpose: to kill an animal for food, a person that's attacking you. But not for something you dislike. So, people, why am I here? To tell you, wake up. This great thing that you're looking at may not be as great as you think. Is there truth to what the individual says, or is it there truth to what the people around him say? One or the other is truthful. The other one is bogus and cannot be trusted. Both could be bogus and cannot be trusted, but both cannot be truthful. You have a nice day. This is JD. I'm going to redo this video. I'm kind of tired. Take care.